Do you like acting as a dog and fetching the ball for your owner? Wait, I confused videos again. Hello everyone, welcome to this mesmerizing 16-bit platformer where you get to listen to some nice chill music, get some chocolate milk, wrap yourself up in a blanket and enjoy hours, and I mean hours of cozy fun. More on this later, but let's start with some game overview. In this game, you only have one main objective, which is to fetch the ball back to your owner after they throw it without dying, because you can, because there's obstacles spawning or taking too long. As if you take too long, the owner faints and the game is over, and you have to start over from level 1. This is a high score based game, so every time you fetch the ball your level goes up, but the cool thing about this is that the game is not boring. It's very simple, but it is definitely not boring. So every time you level up, something new happens. And may I add, it's not in order every single time. So level 1 is a normal small environment, which is the base game. On level 2, for example, the branches get longer or the bushes get bigger, which slows you down, and we'll talk about the mechanic a bit later on. But I absolutely love how much they developed this game. And then when you are jumping, you can accidentally get a bird in your mouth, catch a bird in your mouth, which then you have to spit it out in order to fetch the ball and then put the ball in your mouth. Yeah. But I really like how much they developed this game. They took such a simple, very obviously well-known concept and just they developed it into a game that's fully functional. Compared to last video, which was Wolf Quest, compared to that video, this video just doesn't compare. It's two completely different games. The last video was a 3D game. This is a 2D platformer 16-bit art style game. But you can see how much effort they've put into it. They perfected everything. Like in the last review, the background music was absolute trash because it was just something on the loop that just threw in there, and you can tell they just threw it in there for it to just play in the background and just be as like a filler thing. But in this game, it actually feels like they wanted to make an impact of some kind, and they really did. The background music is really, really, really nice. It's chill, and then when you get close to like the balls and the bees and stuff, it gets a bit more dangerous-ish, so it's not chill anymore. So it changes depending on where you are, which is obviously very nice immersive factor there. That's really cool. But the visuals as well, the art style, the models, very nice, very bright, just honestly on point. And then when you fetch the ball back to your owner as well, sometimes the owner says something like praises you, or just it's generally praise. That's really cool that they added that as well. It feels like they really thought about every single thing that is going into this game, genuinely. Okay, moving on. So I was struggling quite a bit at the start because I couldn't find the ball because he threw it like too far. But then if it's really, really, really far, you get an indicator on your right or left side saying, hey, this ball is there in 50 meters or whatever. You're gonna find it. But I was either too slow, the time ran out, because I'm very special when it comes to my platformer games, or a boar killed me. I think it killed me twice, and I think bees killed me once. Or I lost the ball, because if you have the ball in your mouth and then you make your way back to the owner and you catch a bird, it replaces the ball in your mouth. So you spit out the ball, you catch the bird, and then you have to spit the bird out, find where the ball went, and then actually take it back. However, after I caught on, the feel of the game, the visuals, the music, and everything just feels so peaceful and good. And I forgot to mention, you can also get perks which do many things. One of which you can extend your time, which I really needed. I think I did that every single time it came up. For example, which is really nice, really helpful there. Moving on to the visuals, which I did already talk about a little bit, but now we're gonna go a little bit more segregated in depth about things. So when it comes to the visuals, I think the developers just got this on point. Everything looks bright and nice, everything fits together, there's nothing that stands out unless it's meant to stand out. And they used a 16-bit graphics art style, which I think is really nice. It fits the vibe, obviously, and it's less time, less work for them to, you know, so less time for less work for them in terms of like models and visuals, and so they can spend a bit more time actually developing the game, which is really nice. I just think the overall environment is very spot on, and as you level up, the environment uncovers as well as new things are being added, right? So I genuinely wonder how, like, what people would be able to score in that game, because the highest I got to was 16, I think level 16, and I was fully focused on that. It was good. When it comes to the sound effects and background music, so moving on to background music, just have a listen yourself now. It's just so peaceful and cozy. I could easily just honestly put it in the background while I do things or play games. It's a perfect background music. I could easily get lost in it. It's a perfect game for, you know, days or evenings or nights when you just want to stay in bed and play on your Steam Deck while some hot chocolate is by your side and some show in the background. It's just, oh, it's so nice with some dim lighting as well. That's just perfect. Moving on to game mechanics, they are really nice, especially the perk thing. They randomly appear on branches, usually. I only saw them on branches. And then you get to choose which one you want. You jump using X, which really confused me at the start, because when you load into the main menu, you have to use X as enter as well. It's not enter, don't get it confused, it's X that you have to press. And then you get to bark using C, which can start to smaller creatures, which can always harm you as well, like bees. So that clears the path for you a little bit. As also said before, every level they either extend the path or make it harder for you with more interactive elements. For example, so far what I have experienced was bees, boars, you know, walking back and forth, and you can't kill them, but they can kill you. So the only way for you is to just try to walk around them. And I've also had hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are very cute. As well as the mushrooms getting bigger, branches getting longer, and the bushes getting bigger, which then makes it harder for you because it either kills you or it slows you down. The bushes, for example, they slow you down. The branches obviously help you. But the bees, again, can kill you or slow you down even more. So when it comes to the overall feel, I usually don't go for platformer games. I played a handful. I could probably count them on my one hand, how many I've played, and I didn't no, I only finished one, actually. I did, and it was Trine. It was Trine 4. But I usually play Valorant or Call of Duty, so the fact that this game makes me just want to play it constantly is easily a success in itself. I would say you would have to play it for yourself. Genuinely, I highly recommend this game to understand, but it's one of the coziest and peaceful games I have played. I would easily compare it to Animal Crossing, with obviously, yes, completely different mechanics, because here it's a level-based game, there it's, you know, more relaxed, more sort of, it's a bit slower. And there's more story kind of to it, right? But the overall feel and why people play Animal Crossing is to, you know, sort of detach themselves and be cozy. So the overall feel is easily comparable to Animal Crossing, sorry. Just honestly, a massive round of applause for the developers of this game and everyone that got involved in the making of it. It's just genuinely on point. And then now we're gonna go and move on to reading Steam comments, which is the fun part as well. So I went onto the Superfetch Dog Steam page because I really like the game. It's honestly so good, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll see some really nice reviews. But unfortunately, scrolling down, there is absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what we will do is we will actually write them a review. We'll write them a review. Okay, let's do this. After buying this game, I am usually not into platformer games. And I think people are actually a little bit hesitant to buy it because it is £5, which can be quite a lot, to be honest, for some people. For a game that has no reviews. So maybe if we write a review, more people will play the game. I don't know what I misspelled there. Okay, I am usually not into platformer games, as I am an enjoyer of FPS games. However, I must say that this game awakened something in me. Something very, very deep down. And I must say, I'm not a fairy. Good? Immersed while playing this. Especially that with every single level, and yes, this is a level-based game, there is something new popping up, or the things on the map, like obstacles, get bigger. For example, the bosses get bigger, or there is a boar spawning, so the challenge factor is there. And it's very present. I would highly recommend this game for anyone who likes playing Animal Crossing. Yes, the mechanics are different. However, the cozy factor stays the same. There we go. I think that's very solid. You know what? We'll put in some like fairy dog. Boom. 10 out of 10 on visuals. Fucking. I am slightly dyslexic. I just thought I'd put it out there. On the visuals, on music, very, very cozy. On sound effects, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. What else have we got? The barking. What else goes into a game? Shit. Sound immersive factor. 20 out of 10. Full stop. Both of you. Yep. I would highly recommend this game to others. And now they have... Oh, it needs to get approved, I think. Reload? It needs to get approved. Once this gets approved... because I'm assuming it has to. I really hope that once this gets approved, more people will start playing this game, because it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. I really enjoyed it, and I really hope that more people show these people, the developer, a bit more support. I really do. I think it's a great game. I genuinely do. There's very little really good games out there that are very simple like this one. It's hard, But they just made it so good. They really did.